I am Dr. W. B. Gundole from Kamlanidhi Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the hydrides of nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony elements, and also we are going to see the oxides of phosphorus, that is phosphorus trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide. So today's topic is hydrides and oxides of phosphorus. So we are going to see here different hydrides of the p block elements, and here we know the periodic table. These are the p block elements, and here today we are going to see the hydrides of nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, like that, and bismuth. So these are the, and also we are going to see the oxides of phosphorus element. So this is the periodic table and shows the p block element. So we are discussing the properties of p block element. So in case of hydride, there are different types of hydrides formed by the elements, and here in the comparative study of this element, all the element of this group forms volatile and colorless hydride of the type MH3, and some of the hydrides are shown, and these hydrides are covalent in nature. So ammonia form this MH3. M is in element and MH3, so three hydrogens are there. So NH3, PH3, ASH3 and SBH3. So generally they form MH3 type of hydrides, and this is ammonia, phosphine, arsine and styrene. Some members also form hydride of the type M2H4 type. So examples are shown here: N2H4, P2H4, AS2H4. This is hydrazine, diphosphine and diarsine. So some nitrogen is also forms some hydride, and these different hydrides are N2H2, N3H, and the name is diamide hydrazoic acid. So these are the different types of hydride formed by the element nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony. Now how these hydrides are formed, that we are going to see here. And first method of the formation of hydride, these hydrides are prepared by the action of water on the binary metal compound of these elements. So here this is the first method is shown. Magnesium nitride react with this water and forming this type of ammonia, 3 molecules of NH3, and magnesium hydroxide is the other product. So here this is the hydride form. Another calcium phosphine and react with the water forming this type of calcium hydroxide, and PH3 is the main product. So this is the one method of preparation of this hydride. Another method is hydride of the arsenic and antimony are also prepared by the action of dilute acid on the zinc compound. So here this is the zinc compound here, and we obtain zinc chloride, and this is the 2 molecules of MH3. M is the arsenic and antimony. This is 2 and M is a arsenic or antimony. So MH3 type compounds can be formed. Another third method is also there. The hydrides can also be prepared by the action of or by the reduction of trichloride with strong reducing agent. So in this case we take trichlorides of element MCl3 plus lithium aluminum hydride and forming the compound MH3 type hydride and 3 LiCl and aluminum hydride here. So M is a phosphorus, arsenic or antimony. So these are the 3 methods of formation of hydrides, and in the next part we are going to see the structure of hydride. And as we know, in case of structure of hydride, in all these hydrides central atom assume sp3 hybrid state, forming 4 sp3 hybrid orbital, and 3 of these hybrid orbitals form sigma bond with the hydrogen atom, and 4th hybrid orbital contain lone pair. Therefore these hydrides have pyramidal structure as shown in this slide. So here this is the pyramidal structure because this is the lone pair, and as sp3 hybridization is there, and in this case this metal form 3 bond single bond with the 3 hydrogens, and 2 electrons are as a lone pair on the element. So here in this way this is the tetrahedral structure because of sp3, or this is also known as a pyramidal structure because one is a lone pair on the element. So this is the pyramidal structure of the metal hydride MH3. This is the general M for nitrogen, phosphorus, Ni1. And now we are going to see the structure of some, in this case of structure hydride, the angle around the central atom HMH decreases from ammonia to SbH3, that is still hydrides of antimony, and this angle decreases. See here the bond angle in case of ammonia 107, 93, 92, 91. So it decreases. Why the bond angle decreases? In this case, the reason is that the variation in the bond angle can be explained on the basis of electronegativity of the central atom. Nitrogen atom is highly electronegative. Therefore, in ammonia there is a high electron density around the nitrogen atom. This causes greater repulsion between the electron pair around the nitrogen atom, resulting in the maximum bond angle. As electronegativity decreases down the group, the electron density around the central atom also decreases, and therefore the repulsive interaction between the electron pair also decreases and decreases the bond angle from ammonia to SbH3. So this is the reason that the bond angle decreases. And now after this we are going to see the structure of individual, and before going to see the structure of different, now some important characteristics are also there of these hydrides. First is a thermal stability. Thermal stability of the hydrides decreases in the order that ammonia is greater, thermally stable, then PH3, then ASH3, then SbH3, and after that BiH3. And it is because of the strength of metal hydrogen bond decreases down the group due to the increase in the size of central atom. Another important characteristic is that these hydrides act as a reducing agent. Third important is that boiling point of these hydrides vary with the compound. And fourth is the due to the presence of lone pair of electron on the central atom in these hydrides act as a good Lewis bases, and basic character decreases down the group. For example, ammonia is a distinctly basic, PH3 is a weak base, whereas arsenic, antimony and bismuth hydrides are very weak bases. So some characteristics are also there, and we are going to see now the structures of different compound of hydride. And first is the structure of ammonia. It is shown here in the slide. This structure of ammonia is a tetrahedral because ammonia have this formula is NH3, and as we know central atom is nitrogen, and nitrogen have the atomic number 5 electrons are there in the outermost shell, 2, 5, 7, atomic number is 7, and first shell have 2 electron, second shell have 5 electron. Out of 5 electron, 3 electron forming a bond with the 3 hydrogen atom, and 2 electrons are remain on the nitrogen as a lone pair. So these undergo nitrogen have sp3 hybridization, and because of the sp3 hybridization the shape is a tetrahedral, but due to the presence of lone pair the shape may also be considered as a pyramidal shape. But presence of one lone pair, bond angle decreases. So we can say that ammonia has, the structure of ammonia is best considered as a pyramidal with one position occupied by the lone pair of electron on the nitrogen atom. Due to the presence of lone pair of electron, bond angle decreases than the tetrahedral angle, and the bond angle in case of ammonia is 107 degree. So it is shown 107 degree. Bond angle decreases from 109.5 degree to 107 because of the presence of one lone pair of electron. So this is the structure of ammonia, pyramidal structure or tetrahedral structure. Another structure is there, structure of phosphine. So PH3 is the phosphine, and in case of phosphine like ammonia, phosphine like ammonia has a pyramidal structure due to sp3 hybridization of the central phosphorus atom. One of the hybrid orbital of phosphorus is occupied by the lone pair of electron similar to the ammonia, and bond angle in case of PH3 is 93. Bond angle further decreases. So here in case of PH3 bond angle is 93 degree. As we have seen, what is the reason that in the beginning bond angle decreases in ammonia, PH3, ASH3, SbH3 like that. So this is the in case of PH3 the bond angle is 93 degree. It is decreases, and this region already we have seen in ammonia there is a high electron density around the nitrogen atom, and repulsion between the electron pair around the nitrogen atom resulting in the maximum bond angle. and but whereas in case of other, electron negativity decreases down the group, and therefore electron density around the central atom also decreases, and therefore decreases the bond angle. So in case of first P, the structure is pyramidal and also bond angle is less. And next is the structure of hydrides of arsine and stibine. Arsine and stibine, like ammonia, also have pyramidal structure, and due to the sp3 hybridization of the central arsenic and antimony atom, one of the hybrid orbital occupies the lone pair of electron. And in case of hydrides of arsenic and boron, bond angle are 92 degree and 91 degree shown here. So in case of arsenic, the bond angle is 92 degree. In this case, bond angle is 91 degree. And so again, now the structure is pyramidal or tetrahedral because of the sp3, but because of the presence of one lone pair, in this case also the shape is a pyramidal, similar to the ammonia, but bond angle decreases. And in case of arsenic 92 degree, and in case of antimony 91 degree. And after that we are going to see the another part, that is the oxides of the phosphorus. Two important oxides are there, phosphorus trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide. Oxides of phosphorus are very important, and phosphorus is a well known to form number of oxide. All the oxides of phosphorus are strongly acidic. Two important oxides of phosphorus are phosphorus trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide. And here the structure of these oxides are very important. So the first part is a structure of phosphorus trioxide. Formula is P2O3, and this is the phosphorus trioxide, but it is this compound is a dimeric in nature, and therefore the formula can also be represented as P4O6, like this, P2O3 or P4O6. Now in this case, the structure of this can be we can also draw easily. So these four phosphorus are there, 1, 2, 3 and 4. They are in a tetrahedral in arrangement, 1, 2, 3, 4. See this dash line, 1, 2, 3, 4 are tetrahedral in arrangement, and each phosphorus atom attached to 3 oxygen atoms. See here, each phosphorus, this phosphorus attached to 1, 2, 3, this phosphorus attached to 1, 2, and this is the 3. So each phosphorus attached to 3 oxygen atom, and each phosphorus also have out of 5 electron. Phosphorus have 5 electron in the, because atomic number of phosphorus is 15 and electronic configuration is 2, 8, 5. So 5 electrons are there. So 5 electrons are present in the valence shell. Out of 5 electron, 3 electron forming bond with the oxygen, 1, 2, 3, and 2 electrons are remain on the phosphorus as a lone pair. So in this way, and also another thing is that total 6 oxygens are there. So between 2 phosphorus there is a 1 oxygen. Between 2 phosphorus we have to write 1 oxygen. See here, between 2 phosphorus oxygen, between the 2 phosphorus 1 oxygen, in this case also oxygen. So total 6 oxygens are there and 4 phosphorus atoms are there. So this is the structure for trioxide of phosphorus, and in this case phosphorus trioxide is a dimeric in nature and should be written as a P4O6. The central atom of phosphorus is in P2O3 is a phosphorus, and electronic configuration is a 285. There are 5 valence electron in the phosphorus atom in valence shell. 3 of the out of 5, 3 electrons of the electron used for the bond formation with the oxygen, and 2 electrons are remain on the phosphorus atom as a lone pair. All the 4 phosphorus atoms lie at the corners of regular tetrahedron. The 6 oxygen atoms forms a bridge between 4 phosphorus atoms along the edges, and therefore it is shown the structure. So 4 phosphorus forms a tetrahedron in arrangement, and all the 6 oxygens are as a bridge between the 2 phosphorus atoms, and shown in the slide. Another important structure of the phosphorus pentoxide, again this is also dimeric in nature. Similar to that first trioxide, similar structure is there. Again now 4 phosphorus are arranged in a tetrahedrally as a regular tetrahedron, and between the 2 phosphorus there is a 1 oxygen, and also 6 oxygens are here, and 4 more oxygens are now there is a formation of dative bond. So phosphorus have lone pair. This lone pair donated to the oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4 and forming 4 coordinate bond. In this way, this is the structure for phosphorus pentoxide. Again, it is dimeric in nature. So phosphorus pentoxide is the most important oxide and quite common. It is dimeric in nature and has the formula P4O10, or P4O10 is the formula, and structure is derived from P4O6. Each phosphorus atom forms a 3 bond to oxygen atom, and there are 5 electrons in the outermost shell of phosphorus atom. Out of that, 3 electrons used for bonding with the 3 oxygen atom, and which is situated at the outside of the tetrahedral unit. The lone pair on each 4 phosphorus atom forms a coordinate bond. So what is here now? In P4O10, the lone pair on each of the 4 phosphorus atom forms a coordinate bond to the oxygen atom. So the measurement of phosphorus oxygen bond length shows that bridging bonds on the edges are 1.60 angstrom per minute, but the coordinate bond on the corners are 1.43 angstrom per minute. Bridging bond compared with those in P4O6 and are normal single bond. These bonds on the corners are much shorter than the single bond, and here in case of this structure, the p orbital on the oxygen atom overlaps sidewise with the empty d orbital on the phosphorus atom, and it differs from the double bond in ethene in two respect. P orbital overlap with the d orbital rather than p with the p. Both the electron come from one atom, and hence the bond is a coordinate bond shown. So here these are the empty d orbital of phosphorus. This is the empty d orbital of phosphorus, and filled, this is the d orbital, and filled p orbital of oxygen having the lone pair, and this type of overlapping is taking place and forming this coordinate bond with the, so phosphorus form coordinate bond with the oxygen, and shown how the bonding can take place, dp overlap. So this is the structure for phosphorus pentoxide. So important for there are two important oxides of phosphorus, phosphorus trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide.